My name is founder, CTO and CEO of Aireceive. Aireceive basically got started as a result of the fact that we believe core that in order to actually see the change you want, you either have to become the change or you have to become the source of the said change. The problem actually started for us when way back on campus, was there with my roommate and we just really wanted to communicate to someone in the other hostel, just to really ask for something small. And I picked my phone to make a call and the network said, sorry, you have no core credit. Now that really kind of just got to me. It's like, nah, this is not right. We should be able to at least communicate. This is a short distance. The network should be intelligent enough to be able to say that, oh no, this is short. Let's allow the connection through, but it didn't. My roommate and myself, we just laughed about it and we just said, okay, we're just really going to work on this. And over the years, it's been very interesting. The funny thing is that I really didn't have the skills I have now as of then. And I really had to go ahead and tell myself, I'm going to do this, I'm going to learn that. So over the period, we've learned quite a lot of skills in terms of coding, programming, designing, and we had to build something. Now, something again happened after we had learned all these skills, tested it, even got employed at the sister company of Surfline. And then now, I had to just really come out and build this stuff. We built a very interesting e-commerce solution. An e-commerce that is real time. An e-commerce where when an item is purchased, it just, that it's gone, it's no more there. The seller gets to know whether the buyer is going to buy or not. And I had been hiding in the room for almost about 3 weeks straight. Not really seeing the sunshine, coding and working and designing. And my mom was a big factor in terms of support. She came around and said, okay, so what have you been doing? I said, we built something, it's an e-commerce application. And she said, what is e-commerce? Because she's not really a mobile savvy person. And then she said, okay, show me. So I did a demo, showed how the whole thing works. And then she said, this is interesting. It's going to change stuff. But tell me, is it like the other ones we've seen? Am I going to need internet too? So it kind of just really got to me, whoa, okay, so it's like, yeah, you're going to need internet. You really would need internet to make this happen. And she said, okay, so what if I don't have internet? It means my business will not run. It means I can't contact all the businesses I also want to contact. So it kind of just got to me with the original idea of what we really wanted to build. So we had to just really kind of just go back to the drawing board and say, this solution has to work, whether there's internet or not. Now, that kind of phase brought us to a whole new era of building something interesting. We really needed to build something that would work, whether there was internet or not. So we started by exploring available non-internet related options, SMS, and we did that for phase 1, had customers from Vietnam, Philippines, and some other countries, and of course, most of our customers in Ghana. But then we started facing some big challenges. We needed to expand, we needed the cash, we needed the exposure, we needed the people, advisors and so on and so forth. And then Hyperspace came into the whole game. So it was through Hyperspace I heard about NEIP. We said, Emmanuel, you have to apply. You've been through our first accelerator program. We want you to apply to NEIP. So I personally received some sort of a call and WhatsApp messages from Albert, who is one of the co-founders of Hyperspace. And he said, Emmanuel, you have to just check this out. And I had seen it on WhatsApp, NEIP, apply to NEIP and get funding and support and all that. And I was like, okay, I'm going to give this a shot. We had tried some other things, it just didn't work out. But I applied and we did present, and by God's grace, we had a lot of people that were coaching us, that were really talking to us and helping us shape the idea, our BMC and so on and so forth. And it became pretty clear that we were really up to something, because if people were paying for our phase 1 and we were looking forward to growing gradually into phase 4, then it was going to be exciting. But back to the earlier preamble, the networks, I think, began sensing that we probably have to keep these guys in check. So we received a couple of emails that said, for every user that now actually signs up on your app, we want to validate them. Now, for me, it kind of just made me laugh here, at my space here, because I was like, how can we grow if they are going to do this? And that is when we knew that now we are at phase 1, but we really have to push straight to phase 4, because I thought we were just trying to be too lenient to the networks. We needed something that would disrupt the industry. We need something that would give users more freedom, give people the power to be able to connect seamlessly and limitlessly. So we decided, okay, let's move straight to phase 4. Let's connect mobile devices straight up in a way that They wouldn't need a SIM card. They don't have to worry about internet and data and so on and so forth. And we've come really far. The funding that actually came from NEIP has really helped us so much. There were quite a number of devices we needed to purchase from abroad to simulate some kind of network scenarios and be able to just test them here before we actually put it in the market. It also gave a chance to buy, quite a lot of other equipment, monitors, and so on and so forth. Also to buy a lot of credit, which we needed for our phase 1 to really test it and so on and so forth. And it's been really, really helpful, massively helpful, because then the funny thing is that when you wake up as a founder, as a tech founder, and there's money, you actually have this peace of mind to actually code and design peacefully without having to worry about, I'd have money to do what I have to do and so on and so forth. So the money has really come in very, very handy. The challenges we face in other countries in terms of our business right now has a lot to do more with regulations, because then in some countries they are asking for an interface, a way to see what users are doing. But we believe very well, in as much as we want to help users share, this should not be a way where people's freedoms are curtailed, or people cannot speak openly because then they feel that their government is watching, or some sort of a second party is seeing their traffic and so on and so forth. So those are challenges, and we know we'll go over them. We've had connections with quite a good number of countries through their telcos, and we did this through partners, and we are gradually sailing in through there. We are hoping that the light will shine very brightly, and they will come to see it as a very reliable alternative for their own citizens. And of course, we are looking for that the telcos would see it as an augmented service, a way for users to use it in places where their networks might be falling short or might have a couple of challenges in terms of how they connect and how they used to connect before and so on and so forth. Now, looking forward into the future, say 3, 4, 5 years from today, the dream would be that users now have it, especially during working hours in the busy streets of Adum here in Kumasi or in Accra, in schools, universities, at the airport, at churches and so on and so forth. People should have that option to say that now I'm in this environment, I want to switch to Aireceive. And then over the period, it becomes the first de facto that users would really want to switch to as the #1 choice, because then the dream is not just to tear users totally off from the internet as we know it, from what Vincent Cerf and others have done greatly, no, but to really augment it, make the internet much more useful, much more accessible and free in a very seamless way, and at almost a zero marginal cost, that everybody who has a smartphone can connect seamlessly without having to worry about data charges, without having to worry about security or how to move information around and so on and so forth. So we're very optimistic, and we're really counting on being the change for this industry, because the telecommunication industry, I know they might not really kind of smile at this, because then we are in to really disrupt. We're going to probably become a brand that users think about when they think about internet, when they think about data, when they think about how do I reach the next person. And the whole goal is to work it in a way that developers can also take advantage. The core should be available. I can't really set the dates now, but it's going to take some time, such that every developer who wants to have that sort of effect, you don't have to worry yourself the way we have struggled over the years to work all this out. All you have to do basically is just take advantage of all the hard work that we've done so far. And we're looking forward to making it very flexible and user-friendly and developer-friendly, engineer-friendly, so that they can all integrate with their services and so on and so forth. So that is basically that, and we hope that users would forever, now and in the next 10, 20, 50, 100, 200 years old, remember us that we really are the change, that we really mean it when we say that for you to actually become that source of change, or for you to see that kind of change, you really have to change first, whatever it is that you say you want to do. And this is why we actually started Aireceive. That is the in-depth core of what we wake up to do every day. This is what really gets me out of bed every day. That if we really want to change something, we have to start with ourselves first. What are we really doing? And that's what Aireceive really stands in there for. I just really want to take the opportunity to thank John Kumar, Franklin, Albert, Gideon, and all the people that came in handy to really help us get to where we are now and get the said funding that we have, giving us a very good amount of peace of mind, giving us the ability to acquire some of the basic things we needed to simulate and test. And now we know that it's possible. possible. We're getting the attention we wanted. We're really getting people asking lots of questions about how it's going to be like, and we can't wait to really fully launch it. Thank you so much also to the government for making this available. And we hope that it won't end here. We are hoping that this will continue and go far, irrespective of whatever might happen in the future. We hope that this will be something that can continue and will be a very, very reliable blueprint for people who want to enter into the entrepreneurial journey, because it's already difficult, not to talk about not having cash. Now we have the cash and the funding from NEIP. Thank you so much to all of you, and we're looking forward to constantly being the change. Aireceive.